first time.
Do I do this?
Yeah, I think you're the vice chairman.
Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. First thing I want to do is get a motion to approve the agenda, and on that, before we even get the motion, I have a couple edits to it, I think. I would like to maybe table 11, number 11 resolution, 12, and then the next item, reappointing Township Clerks Trustees. Just till next week. My reason for that is I'd like it to say what the boards are, how long the terms are, and all those things, just for next week, just to say what, just so it's more clear, maybe, just which positions and how many are open. But I'd like to just move that to next week. It's not a big deal. Then. So,
Do we have a legal responsibility to do it today, Melissa? According to code?
yeah, all the board appointments, just doesn't, I think in the past it has, I think this needs to add just what they are, how many of them, what the term lengths are. To them.
Discussing for 11, 12.
Yeah, 11, 12, and then just the township clerk, trustees. Just would be nice to have it on there, just so everybody can see who they are, or who, what the position is. Doesn't have to have a name, like how many positions are open, now what the terms are. Just on the agenda. Just do it next week if it's all right. Do it next week.
Or do you want to discuss 11 today though, so we can have, because right now it's a little scramble right now.
Oh, to get all, but for all of our boards, that's,
Yeah.
we can talk about it. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I just,
Prove it today.
yeah, that's fine.
See if that- you want to discuss.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you want that.
I just want to have it just say kind of what they are and who, what the term lengths are and everything, and maybe even just for my records, so I know what, everybody will know what's there.
So would you like to leave 11 for discussion?
Yeah, we can talk about 11. I just like to have it on the agenda next week to show what all they are. That makes sense. So, with my suggestions, I guess, do I make a motion that I can approve my changes to the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
A second. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. With that, let's pledge allegiance. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right. So next we have public comment. Anybody have public comment? Yeah, go ahead. Go there, everybody can see you if you go up there.
I'm going to talk to you 5 minutes, I guess, about rock quarries. We farmed in Buchanan since '72. We've been neighbors to the rock quarry since that time. They've been at a couple locations. They were within a mile of our farm, and blasting ruined the wells in that farm. And for some reason, normally in your neighborhood, you get to wave at every pickup that you know of all your neighbors. Well, mine is a rock truck surrender. So J53 has been by our farm, my brother's farm, since the '70s. It's been a mess for 6, 7 years now. 2 years before they tore it up with scrap. And maybe JD can tell us when it was oiled last time, but it's another 2 years before it's oiled. You guys probably discussed that. Well, over Christmas, I've had drilling rigs, and it looks like the Friday quarry, Shelburne's quarry, is moving to my house, North 12th Street. Irwin Booth's, Paglotti's, and Rose. So it'll be from the prison just across the road. I don't think it's out yet. I talked to Marty Booth, he wouldn't open his mouth because I think they're leasing the ground. I'm just getting you guys know ahead of time, because nobody will talk to me. And I don't, Brent has heard they rent the bags ground. You haven't heard it? They've done a whole ton of drilling. They drilled probably 30 boreholes, and they drove I-beams in the ground for depth of the limestone. Looks to me like it's coming my way. I'm just wondering, do they have to zone that? If all that traffic's gonna go through Florida, I think it's a poor place for it, there's probably limestone. I heard Shellberg's, they bored down 130 foot 10, 15 years ago. So I know that they've been looking at it for a lot of years, and in the 50s, they did the road east of me. All those rock trucks are now gonna go 12th Street into Clarendon on 12th Street, either go out on State Street or around the square and out. So you guys are gonna be the one hauling rock out of the majority of the time. It's a pain in the ass to have a rock pour. So my well down there, it's like the South Farm, is gonna go to crap. So the last few years that I'm alive, I'm gonna be fighting rock trucks and have another oil road full of holes. And have you guys heard anything? I'll sit down.
I had one other person call me and talk to me about that. I don't know anything about it. JD can talk about that. When I called JD and said that they would have to get the permit, right, JD? Or there would have to be something got, so.
Okay.
They would have to come into the Board of Adjustment, JD, is that right? Yeah. They would have to come in and ask for a permit, I guess. To do that.
Have to be zoned or anything?
I don't, when he gets up there, we'll ask him, I really don't know.
Anyway, it's from Redwood, 109th Street, 180th Street, east to the old railroad where the campus meet is, back to 100, probably 700. Main honor to Booze, Peg Audi, and Rose. Next. The way that the modern world is going the last 2 weeks. I lay in big bucks there every year.
Okay.
Is there any way to get them to go anywhere else? Are they gonna send all those and trucks? All right, if you want to do a big shot, we'll let them go with it. Right? You see, so you follow it. Sheriff, what do you think they're gonna choose where? Well, what name is it? There's problems.
Something to definitely have to be awake to.
Well, that's why I started to need that information. JD, how long? See that sort of, and all of those years, three of my whole life. And 50% of mine is for chuckles or boring. I mean, now I had 5, 6 years ago.
We'll talk about it in a minute. Any other public comments?
And you guys, he said you don't know nothing about it, basically.
No, I've not heard a word except for somebody who lived out there. Called me. I think I've been visiting with you, called me, asking if I knew anything, so. I had,
Oh,
yeah, so, okay. Any other public comments? Online? Anywhere? Okay. Now we need to start the board reorganization, so. How do we do that? Go to number one, resolution number one. Now,
You can,
on that, I sat down and kind of worked on this last night. I worked on a couple of them. I just made, oh, that's one I got notes in. There you go. A little bit. So we just do the first one first here. First night, all I did was basically just, I had some mock-up ones we had the other day that got sent to me. I had kind of the preliminary ones the other day sent, so I kind of went over them.
you just want to go through one at a time.
Just one at a time, and I have some things I changed. For this one, all I did was just leave the names out, really, I think.
Do you want to go through all of them and then at the end approve them all? Like,
I guess we
discuss
can.
on each of them?
I guess we can.
Okay.
Just discuss, I got each one, so I got a couple of things to change. On the, first one there, the chair and vice chair. Guess we need to discuss that or we need to-
You're the vice chair currently. I think
Yeah.
you should be the chair.
Okay,
Typically in the past, that's how it's done, but that is up to you guys, so it's usually,
Do we need a motion for that? Or-
No, I think,
you need a chair and a vice chair.
yeah, Chair, but
For the rest
we're
of
not
the-
hearing a
are we
motion.
gonna talk about it and approve all of them in the end, or are we gonna approve them one by one? That's what you guys were just talking about.
I guess we can just do one by one as we go, I guess. We can do them all, just as we talked about, and just approve it, or we can do them all, a couple of changes.
Well, I'll make a motion that Jacob Holmes be the chair and Todd Mayer be the vice chair.
Also, I hear a second.
Second.
I'm so used to being. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, got that one done. Now, number two. I think on that one. I think I did anything on that one. So this just, unless you want to say what this one is,
This is just executing the conveyance.
right? By the chair, if I can't be here by the vice chair. So do I hear a motion to approve resolution number 2?
So moved.
I hear a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, number,
Number 3 is the auditor to issue checks.
yeah, number 3, the only thing I did there, just reading through it, just changed, like, if you see there, where it says light, telephone service, or contractual service, like the water, electric, telephone service, just, added utility. I just tried to reword it a little bit to, you see that, Melissa? Just that line where just kind of cleaned it up a little bit, I think, just the wording of it, just says like light, electric, and then the utilities in there.
I'm sorry, I don't follow you.
Right, where you go to, let me read it here. It did say, for fixed charges, including but not limited to freight, express, postage, water, light, telephone service, or contractual services. And then for fixed charges, including but not limited to freight, express, postage, utilities, water, electric, telephone service, or contractual service. I just tried to clean up the wording. It doesn't really matter either way. I just
Well, what did you add, Jacob?
basically just changed light to electric, so just light, just electric service and added utilities. It's not a big deal. I don't
Well,
really care.
utilities is in this copy.
Yeah, it's on both. I just, I added up the utility section. So I just light to electric is the main change. It's not a big deal. So,
I'd make a motion,
You'd rather say electric?
it doesn't, I just put, I'm just going through word by word. I don't really care. I mean, it's okay. I think it makes more sense. So. Just the way I gave it to you there, however you word it. Yeah, just change that, the way I have written it to electric. Do I hear a motion to approve number 3? Change with the change to light or electric?
You have water and electric and all of these listed then.
Yes, broke it down there. Yeah, water, electric, telephone service. Let's see, yeah, water.
Oh, okay.
Electric,
So
telephone.
this is the edited one that you
Yeah.
handed out. Okay, I was confused because that's also.
I didn't know we'd all have I have the old one. I didn't know.
Were you
if it was all-
confused?
Well, I just thought that it's in parentheses, so it's just talking about all utilities, but,
Yeah,
and those are
Yeah,
just.
I-
the original,
those are
you have the
just-
original.
I-
Give them because like, if you're gonna do that, we want sewer trash, some of those included, but might be better just to leave it as utilities.
But it does say utilities, still, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It does say
If you
utilities.
distinguish the 3, that might, I mean,
Okay, well, it's not a big deal. I'm just trying to look at it and refresh. So, that's fine. I can leave it like it is. I think it's a problem. I'm not worried about that.
well, I make a motion to approve resolution 3 as presented to the board.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye. Okay, now, the next one, the military family. For the, Melissa, say what that one is, I guess, explain to everybody what the exception for the assessor. That's the assessor's piece. You want to say what that is, explain what that is, number
this is just,
5 or 3, number 4?
Number 4.
this is just so the assessor show, the assessor can be authorized to mail a military family farm exemption form
Right.
to eligible applicants.
All all I did there was I just reading everything again, was just put where it says homestead or military or family, I put, it used to say and. Most people don't get all of them, I just thought it was better, it's homestead or military or family, instead of more homestead and family. That's the only change there, so.
Is that language as it was presented directly from the code sections that are quoted here, Melissa?
I could be sure, I'm guessing in the past it has been, but.
And I don't care at all, I just thought it sounded better, so if it needs to be that way, that's fine. Or
Just
just,
here to like get Andrew.
yeah, that sounds good, do that, just do both. Because they might do both. Here, a motion to approve number 4.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now, I presented the resolution number 5 is the holidays, or approved paid holidays of the county. What I handed out there is what we had last year. Just that's, and I did change one other thing down the bottom with the dates. I was looking at that, it was sent out. It was on the preliminary resolution, December 25th is when we were gonna take off Christmas Eve. And December 26th is when we're gonna take off Christmas, and my thinking on it was myself looking at it, I thought it made more sense to make Friday, December 22nd, Christmas Eve. And actually,
Usually if the holiday falls on a Sunday, we honor Monday and it falls on a Sunday.
so if
So
it,
that's why it was.
okay, it just seemed that before, Christmas Day would be when you celebrate Christmas Day or take off Christmas Day, that's what I was thinking, so.
Because it was Sunday, actually, the 24th, so,
So it should be the next day.
yeah, that's typically that's what it was Sunday. It's not a Sunday, it's on a Monday.
Is there any, just for basic courthouse being open to do business, is it better to have a day on each end gone or 2 days in a row? Just a question. Would it inhibit
I
2 in 1 week?
for staffing, because my way in 30 years with Christmas on Monday, and my prefer to have that Tuesday off.
Well, then DOT would probably do Monday, Tuesday as well.
Okay. Okay, well then if that helps with that, then I say, go here, just leave it the way it was, the same holidays as last year. And leave it with the 25th, Monday being Christmas Eve and the 26th being Christmas. So,
And leave June off.
yeah, I didn't think, but that's got to add any new holidays. I didn't myself think, but, there's any new holidays, any discussion on that, to add new holidays to the list.
Was that a total addition or was that a replacement? Juneteenth.
I think
That
it
was
was,
a new holiday last year, they discussed and then decided to wait till this year to talk about.
What do the banks do on Juneteenth? Are they open?
No.
They're closed.
my thinking on that reason, I wasn't thinking it should be on there is, we need to be open, leave all we can. And that it might give opportunity for people who maybe do have off to come in here, so. And we have that's just my thought, so.
What's your thought, Todd?
I would think we, didn't need another holiday, but, what day was that? Is it in February?
No,
June.
Oh, June.
June,
Oh,
June
June.
19th.
Yeah. I would be opposed of adding more holidays right now.
So, I guess
Do we need to change this December 22nd though for the?
I have.
she's got the
Okay,
original one.
all right.
So just, leave the dates alone with Christmas and, just do the same holidays as last year. Do I have here a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed.
All those opposed?
Opposed.
Yes. All right. The next is resolution 6. On dog licenses. We have no dog licenses, right?
Correct.
So hear a motion to approve resolution 6.
I make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, our newspaper situation. We had 3 options, right? On the newspaper.
By code, you have to publish in one.
Right.
So currently, right now, we publish in Brenda and Dun News.
Right. Well, I didn't change anything to that. There's some thinking, I've been thinking about that. We've talked about what it costs and everything. With some things with minutes and different things. I think right now myself, just leave it like it is, and maybe next week we'll talk about some other changes that might help this. We did look into what it, to do both papers cost how much? What was the number? I don't,
$15 grand.
$15,000 post everything, to do 2 papers. It's pretty expensive, but I think there's some ways that can be, maybe leaving both, not cost as much. Maybe, but, that next week, I'll talk about the next week, so I guess right now,
Why can't we talk about it now?
we can, what I've been looking, I don't have all my stuff in front of me. Like with minutes, we have very long minutes stuff, and I was doing some studying on minutes and how they're, Isaac, and reading these different papers, how you're supposed to do minutes, and they can be more concise, the votes, and not be so long. And then we also, if we have audio or video, can send everybody there to watch the meeting if they want with a link. Maybe we could shorten things drastically. We're posting, that's just an idea. So maybe we could leave in both if we did that, is my thoughts. Somehow, especially if we have a place thing to listen to the whole thing and we just put it right in paper, here we go.
The only thing is these are your official minutes. So if you
Yeah.
don't want anything specifically in there, you have
Right.
to put it in your official minutes.
Right. That's why I was reading on these, so I've never, didn't want to take, I took minutes a few times, not very many. When I was reading and all that, and how in the parliamentary procedure and how to keep minutes, it was for the permanent record. But it wasn't a lot of conversation in the minutes. It was supposed to be permanent record actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, not, it's good to hear all discussion, but it's hard to accurately put all discussion in the minutes. You only have a piece here, a piece there. It's impossible, basically. But if we have audio or video, then we can send them there, then everybody can hear every bit of every discussion if they want. So just be a way to maybe shorten them. And still have all there and save a lot of money, so.
I think a long-term answer is to continue to lobby our legislators to get rid of this ridiculous requirement. Our website has more viewers than either of the 2 papers, and it's an incumbent on taxpayers. It's unnecessary.
It is very expensive. So there's some ideas there, but I mean, you don't want to just put it, if we're gonna put it in one paper, we don't want to pick one. So you have to go every other year
I
or
think it's
something.
important to have both if you're,
Right.
if it's just for coverage in the county, but
Some of us have that internet.
Yeah, and some people don't have internet, that's a good point. And some people rely on paper, so there's way ideas here to maybe make it where it's better and doesn't cost as much, maybe if we can do that, but I don't know, so. Right now, I say maybe leave it alone this week. As far as the way it is, we have to have a paper, we probably should have both. And I don't know if anyone wants to make a motion on what they think we should do.
I would make a motion that we continue it. But I would also, I think I agree with Chuck to look at other options down the road.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion and a second, to leave it like it is. All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Now, the next resolution is, am I the right one?
8.
8, yeah, is to give JD, power to sign on behalf of the board, basically, on certain issues. You want to explain what number 8 is? JD's.
This is just to direct the supervise all road projects to prepare the certification of completion of work and prepare the final project acceptance all in accordance with the plan and specifications in connection with all construction projects. That documents are to be delivered to the Board of Supervisors for discussion, explanation, deliberation, and ultimately for their exclusive approval and direction for execution by the engineer.
Yeah, now I kind of rewrote that some, and basically it brings everything back to the board for sure before anything's done. There's been some things in the last year or two that have been agreed to or settled on that I would like it to have to come in here first before that's done.
So you do not want, so basically, then you won't approve this one.
Well, it's rewritten. Do you see the old one? Do you have the old resolutions there?
Yeah, because it says it's hereby designed, authorized, and empowered on behalf of the Board of Supervisors of the county to, or
Yeah, and
the county to execute the certification, completion of work, and finalize steps thereof in accordance with plans and specifications, therefore in connection with all farm to market
yeah,
construction projects.
I rewrote it. Do you see the new one there? It's basically,
Well, but this one would be approving him and the other one would be not. So if you don't,
yeah, well, that was my
then
original
I
thought.
don't think you need to do anything or just not. approve
If we
this.
don't, that's my original, so if we don't approve it, he has to come in with all those things anyway. So that's fine too.
You just want to remove this one?
That would be, if that's basically what I'm putting in writing there, he has to do it. I want him to come in here and explain to us what he's doing before he settles on anything. On the big road projects and that, so we don't get, it's already done by the time we figure out what's been done. So yeah, if that will cause that to happen, then I myself would say, we don't need that resolution to empower him to do that. So,
I'd make a motion to approve the resolution as in its original form without these suggested edits.
is there a second?
I think it's really.
Oh, okay.
What we're wanting is, we want county engineer to come before the board, explain the road projects, and then, before him signing off on stuff, basically clearing it through us.
Yeah,
Is
he
that,
does-
is that my correct?
This gives him power to sign on.
Because this resolution would give him power to do whatever, and then not check with the board.
On some things, yeah.
Well, you're still gonna initially approve.
So whenever they go out and do it, like we've had happen several times, and he's supposed to be the one to look at it and say, okay, good, he can say good on our behalf, and I wanna know when it happens, so maybe we can go out and look at it ourselves with him and make sure we're good with it, so we don't have people come in here and point out things that were okay, that should have never been okay. It's happened a couple different times, so,
Yeah, we definitely gotta be proactive, and making sure we're doing things the right way before
be another
it's to the
check,
point where it's already done and we gotta go back and fix things.
yeah, a check and balance. So, there's a motion on the table, on the floor, is there a second?
No, so that's dead.
Okay, well then, so I hear a motion to strike,
I'll make a motion to strike number 8.
yeah. I hear a second.
No, second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye, nay.
Okay, motion carried. Okay. I didn't have anything on that, that's just our, unless you want to say resolution number 9, explain that to people.
This is just a resolution for the map matrix. So,
Which I don't even know the master matrix, I mean, that's the,
Oh, goodbye.
I'll just find this and that, it's, we're gonna leave that the way it is, so I hear a motion to leave resolution 9 in place the way it is.
Yeah, so.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, still here are the utilities. I don't have that one in front of me. Can you explain what that one is?
This one is basically all of, this would be under evaluations,
Right.
we did in December. So this is to put those in tax books for year 2022.
The public utilities are in Page County to put them in the tax book. Yep. So I hear a motion to leave number 10 as is.
So,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 11 is the board member appointments. We can talk about that. That's for all of our boards that we sit on.
Correct. So currently what right now is just, this is just the name and then we just basically switch, anything that had Alan's name taught in it, so you guys can do with what you want. This is just a simple piece.
I've done this 2 years now, I'm just 2 years into this, but my thoughts on that is, I'm just now really getting a good grasp of what's going on in these boards and getting some say in what's happening. So unless there's a specific interest, my opinion is maybe to leave things as they are. It takes years to get where you're to a point where you can make a difference on a board, really. That's just my feelings on it, just inherit them. Unless there's a specific interest or strength that we could swap on.
do you have any specific interest?
No,
Have you looked at Alan's list?
I have not.
Oh.
So, I haven't seen a list of boards, so.
And we can look about that, we have a week to look at
Yeah,
it.
so I have not. But, I'm fine with like whatever, it's a good chance to get in and learn and meet new people and learn the process, so. Whatever, you guys, I think, you have a good point of, you guys are on boards that you've built relationships with and you're learning and active on those, so I don't think we should shake that up too much, so.
Any other thoughts on that?
So you're gonna look at it next week? Will?
Yeah, if somebody could send that to me, or do you have a copy of what the boards are?
Yeah.
Should be on the website too.
Okay.
What they hope, I just have the list.
Which one Alan's on?
You know,
It was on
Everyone
Wabanzi and
Alan was on.
Swift. No, those two for sure.
Yeah,
And West Central Community Development, those three, and then, I don't know, you remember any of the others?
I do know
Who's on
that
the fourth
veterans,
district, like Alan's on fourth district.
Well, he
Were you on
was,
that?
and then I'm on,
Were you on that?
this year, or last year was my first year on that one.
I know the Veterans Affairs, people had asked if one of us, or they asked me if I could come to their board meetings.
We've never officially been on that or Board of Public Health based on past recommendations. From legal, some,
And I wouldn't mind being on Board of Health either. I think that would be interesting and with my experiences in fire department and emergency response. I think that would be kind of interesting to be a part of that, but,
but at this point, we're not voting members.
right, no, that's fine. Yeah,
So-
just a discussion.
Yeah. And that would be, for this to be for the public, but we'll get, if we do this next week, the whole big list of everything will be on here. We can all see what it is. Everybody can, and then the Board of Health, Board of Adjustment, Board of Conservation. How many positions are open and what their terms are, basically, to be on here. That'd be number 12. And the township, whichever townships have openings and what their terms are. We'd have that on here too next week to really easily just go through those so everybody can see what it is and what we're doing.
Do we have then I see the list here, but is there a list then of when all those meet, their meeting times? Do I have to reach out to each of those boards?
Once,
Find that?
yeah, what I remember is once we get placed on them, then email them, they'll be emailing you and setting up the time. But yeah, that needs to be figured out. Alan would know all the times too.
Right.
But just write down when and where, all the different. They're always about the same day each month.
Okay.
So, we have a discussion on those, all board situations for next week. Hearing none, we good? Okay. Then we will move past that to the engineer update. Maybe.
So our next week, are you guys gonna address? Well, then, for the board
Yes.
Conservation and all of those.
Yeah, just right, if you could, just put Board of Health, was there 2 openings, I think? Just put 2
Yeah.
openings and how long the terms are.
The only thing, did
They're
they,
already on that, the terms.
They
does
are.
conservation board meet
Well, I'm talking
before
about the agenda.
next week?
We'll have a meeting before you guys have yours.
So do you need us to have
You
a
need-
board member on the
Yeah,
conservation?
right now, I'm more technically first, to hold. So. Unless you, if you guys want to meeting next Tuesday, you find if you're having your evening, I'll have a meeting before you guys, I'll be down more.
Right now, I think it's next Tuesday morning. I don't think there's gonna be a change to the nothing
Right.
on here, so. It'd be a morning meeting, so it won't take long to do this. I just, for the agenda, I know it's in resolution, but to pick up the agenda and be able to tell what boards they are, how many positions, just kind of make easier going through, make this easier to even go through.
And I don't think public health meets between now and then, so that shouldn't be a problem, because they just met.
Did you get the resolutions? Because the resolutions on there state the years and the expiration. So are you?
I'm just saying for the agenda is all I'm after here. I want the agenda to be more clear. The agenda is very vague. It just says expiring board terms, doesn't say which boards. I think it would be nice if that's, when I did approve the agenda with that, or made a suggestion to not do that, because it's very vague. Just list which boards and what the terms are, so everyone getting the agenda can tell what it is we're gonna vote on or talk about. Same thing with clerks and trustees, just which townships and how long the terms are. I'm sure it's in resolution, but it'd just be nice to be on the agenda, just a brief description of what we're doing.
Those just for the appointed ones, not the elected ones?
Appointing, yeah, I guess so, instead of appointing, reappointing. The elected ones already, probably got their stuff, didn't they, when we certified the election, or? Yeah, these are just appointed. So if that doesn't hurt anything time-wise, next Tuesday, we can just get all that done, just have it on the agenda, what we're doing, with what positions and how long the terms are. At that, I'm gonna write for the engineer, I think.
J.D. King, Page County. You guys can read this.
Yeah.
You save your voice. Is there any high point you want to hit us on?
We were thinking about blading, but it rained too much. I do have some safety training going on. The guys running the excavators go to the excavation and safety training, Council Bluffs with the superintendent. When the ground freezes up, we'll be able to get down to a 20 bridge and put the deck on. Normal work in the shop. And as KMA noted this weekend, 150th Street northwest of Essex is closed now. They'll start demolition of the bridge. And the bridge construction work continues. I'll be working on the county budget, DOT budget and program. And then last week sometime, you called me or somebody called me about the potential of a quarry being near Clarinda. When the Shilford Quarry expanded several years ago to the south, they applied for and received a special exemption use permit for that quarry expansion. I would expect that to occur here also, and if it's within 2 miles of the city limits, often the city zoning extends beyond their corporate limits, or they have influence out there. So, you know, on the other hand, from the road standpoint, another quarry in the county is always a good thing. Depends on where it's located. We could probably stipulate some kind of access road to Redwood, specifically for the quarry, based on what their lease looks like. I don't know. I put a call into my contact with Shilford. He has not returned. Questions for me?
I had this one thing I spoke with somebody yesterday about, they said several years ago it was talked about, I don't know if you were here yet, but there by the quarry, talking about the quarry, on J55 where it turns back east instead of going to the quarry, go up the top of the hill. I said one time, they were talking about when a dangerous intersection sign there, just the top of the hill, people coming west, because it's so dangerous. And then, somebody did with me again about that yesterday. Would that be a problem with a sign up there just warning anybody? It's going over that hill,
A dangerous intersection sign is not one that we want to put up.
it's not one,
We don't want to put that
that
kind of
makes
sign up.
liability of a yield, or, what do you put, what's something you put there,
We
to-
have the yield sign.
or something to be careful, because the rock trucks are rolling. I come over that hill, it's a dangerous spot. I just visited with the guy last night about that, and I thought if there's anything that would help that we could do to think about, I don't know, on that. Because the rock trucks, like we talked about, bring a serious amount of traffic, they're dangerous. That's all I have. Anybody else have anything?
No, I didn't have anything, get feeling better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I haven't heard down. I'll talk to your company.
Whenever the board, when we work up the 5-year program, the board will have in.
When is that date? We're gonna talk about that. Somebody's asking about that too. Is it the next couple of weeks or something?
Yeah, but
Whatever.
whenever we originally talked about, let me get the calendar here. A week from Tuesday, 2 weeks from today, I believe, on the 17th, and we'd originally talked about doing that in the evening on the 17th.
And we can do that.
Another question,
The five,
when was the road smooth? Will we go, how many years ago?
I don't know. When I got here, it was a disaster.
Been having the whole time for a couple of years.
yeah. Well, that's something to know, just when was the last time it was actually done, just for the five, so whenever this happens, if it happens on the 17th, that'd be a time for everybody, we're gonna talk about what we can do, what money there is, and the schedule. So, I mean, if it's,
Does that still work for you, JD, 17th?
do that Tuesday evening, that's fine. So, I drove down not that long ago, and it is pretty rough. It's weird when you grind the road up, it makes it different. It made it better, but then when it rains, things happen, but it's so weird that the oil and it becomes like a cobblestone almost kind of situation. Okay. Well, then I have, next up on the agenda, discuss approved tax abatement on 207 Sycamore Street. Andrew, you ready for that? You don't have to.
I don't know.
Okay.
I need a hand.
Resolution number 13.
Well, I'd make a motion to approve the abatement request from the city of Shenandoah as submitted. They've done a great job of rehabbing dilapidated properties and getting them back on the tax roll, and I'm sure that's their plan here again.
I would second that.
Okay, motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we're to board communication. Yes, now. Board communication. Todd doesn't have anything, he's just.
I don't have anything.
It's starting.
Just glad to be here.
Meetings that have coming up, landfills this week, about the landfill. See what's going on out there. I didn't have any meetings last week.
Yeah, me neither.
Get done with board communication?
Yep.
Okay, and the claim, I'm right here, I was going through them. I only have one question on it, I'll pass it down here. The EMA, the U-Haul and the fuel and all that, is that part of her hiring package or what is that?
Yeah, we gave her, the commission approved up to $2,000 in relocation fees from Nebraska for her family.
Oh,
And I don't know how much did she spend of that 2,000?
641.
But she was here, and that was all to support her She came and her family was still back.
Right.
She was in temporary housing and they bought a house finally. And so, the commission, well, I was at that meeting and, you know, she had to bring in her receipts and so she was pretty judicious. I think Page County got a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And were you out at the fire?
Yeah, I've been very
You
impressed
met
with her, so I got to meet her. And, yeah, heard nothing but good things about her from fire chiefs and so.
Yeah, she's a worker bee. You're not gonna really see her on the front line. She'll be
Nope.
supporting and be in the background and doesn't look for any notoriety, you know.
We have the minutes here. I just print the minutes.
There you go.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I didn't print them.
I can't get onto Gmail for some reason.
Could you print the minutes, please? Melissa, can you print them here? While we're looking at claims, yeah.
We have to date our signature. We have to date our signature.
Yeah, you should do it. And it's always recommended to do it in blue ink for some reason. You have blue ink.
I don't, as an email, I don't.
And you're probably
So if you could
okay.
print them.
If you sign something like a resolution,
Yeah,
try to find blue ink. I don't know.
you want me to put a 3 behind your 22 instead of.
Oh, yeah.
You change that to 3?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. Thank you.
Yep. This is blue.
Yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, it's a hard habit to break.
Yeah.
It can be messed with.
I missed one. Oh, last one, I missed one.
Yes.
Here, just a second.
There's a letter that also came.
Nothing in there. Okay, that's there. So, whoops,
That letter was good too.
yeah. Here you go, Todd. Sorry. Okay. Normally they stay bound together. They're a little easier to keep track of. There's a binder. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oops, more. Sorry.
No,
You, is that it?
That's all I have.
this is just initial.
Oh, no.
Or should you sign your name?
No, just initial.
Oh, yeah. Or a signature?
No.
Just a letter.
Just a letter, okay.
We have a lot, isn't it? So we don't need to sign that one because she's got.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
We don't need to sign that?
No, I'm updated.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. Throw away.
We're using the term.
Mr. Jacob just signed. I just is for the board. Okay. And then this one you're gonna discuss later, correct? That's correct. Okay, we don't need to sign that.
Did the secondary list get over there that I.
You want me to sign, this is the 11 on that boards, we're gonna talk.
Yeah, I just need that.
Oh, okay, all right, no, yeah, okay, all right, yep, thank you.
You have number 8, Melissa.
You didn't do it.
That's the one we struck.
Oh, that's what we struck. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Think we got it. Yeah, the bottom, so claims and all that. Let's see. I hear a motion to approve the claims.
So.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the minutes,
I read the minutes, when she sent them out. I didn't have any problem with it. Did you?
I read them.
You read them?
so hear a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion.
Second. All those in favor? Second, under the desk. Aye. Really, then at noon, we will, how do we do this in the meeting? Recess, okay. We will recess the Board of Supervisors meeting until 12 o'clock noon for the compensation board meeting.
Okay.
We have to go to motion to recess. Hear a motion on recess.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are now in recess.